good morning, Catholic world. This is going to be episode 2, tradition versus modernism, really, is what's been going on in the Catholic Church since Vatican II. Well, actually, since before Vatican II, but didn't really come to fruition, and everybody started practicing novelty worldwide across the Catholic spectrum till after Vatican II, more or less really got going in the 70s. But today I wanted to touch on, today is the Feast of Christ the King, and I wanted to read something just like last week. I wanted to read this. It says, I got to turn to page 54 here, 454 like a 454. Chevrolet, Feast of Christ the King. I believe that the one true church which Christ founded exists today and will continue to exist until the end of time. I believe that it is not enough for me to be a member of the Catholic Church in order to save my soul, but I must live in accordance with the teachings of the church. And this is very important. This is what Father did a really good sermon today on Christ the King, how no matter what type of government you live under, anything, you are obliged to recognize Jesus Christ as King of your life. He demands worship, as the first commandment tells us, and we should be happy to do it, not under fear, but under love mostly. Better fear is what causes you to do it, then I guess that will work. He talked about today how hard it is really for all of us to save our souls in this type of society that we live in here in the United States and basically worldwide. It really is, because our government, he talked about how it doesn't matter so much what type of government foundation you have, as long as the end of it goes towards the recognition and the worship of Jesus Christ. And this is very true. It's very sad that our country really doesn't do this. You can look around, our society doesn't promote the salvation of souls at all. Even for the older crowd like me, when I was younger, I can remember things. The newer crowd nowadays, I think they have just as hard a time. I think it's always been hard, but it's even harder, like he was saying, when the government, the country which you live under, does not support, when there's separation of church and state. I remember when I was at the Novus Order, I remember hearing a guy one time, I don't know what was discussed, but he said that he was so glad that there was separation of church and state. And that comment caught my I guess my interest. And I looked it up. This has been a long, long time ago, and there's not supposed to be a separation of church and state in a Christian country. They have to both work together in unison. That's why you see all the stuff nowadays about no kings. Really, the best thing for our country is a king. If we had a king and a monarchy which was Catholic, they fear for the loss of their souls if they do not govern the citizens correctly. And that's what's really needed, and that's what we had in the Middle Ages for the most parts, especially around the 13th century. Was a great century for the Catholic Church. Not so much anymore. We've kind of went up to the top of the mountain peak, and we're on the, I don't know, I think the church is, I don't know if it can't be as low as it was in the time of the martyrs. They were saving their souls under a terrible, terrible way and bearing witness to the truth. But the Catholic Church nowadays, it's Catholic in name, only. It really is. I also wanted to talk about today that the Christ of the King celebration is going on at our church today, and there's a procession. It's really good to be in processions. I'm not going to make it today. I mean, I could, but I wanted to stay here and do this broadcast, and it's a ways away from me. I wish I could participate, but they're having a big festival over there today with a procession. And Christ the King, I just want to reiterate this episode. There is no way us and the Muslims worship the same God. It is an impossibility, and the Jews too. We are the only ones, the Catholics, the Roman Catholics, I should say, that's what we should identify ourselves as, is Roman Catholic. We are the chosen ones nowadays. We are. We're the chosen ones. There is no Jew, there is no Gentile. Before it was salvation by race, and now it's salvation by grace, which extends to all the Gentiles throughout the world. So there is no differential between Jews and Gentiles anymore. We're all in one body, the Catholic Church, and Jesus Christ, Christ the King, he is head of the body, which is the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church. And no other churches, all the other churches, they didn't even come about for 1600 years at the beginning of the Catholic Church. I don't even know how they have no history. They have no connection to the beginning, to the martyrs, to the church doctors, the martyrology, I should say, the church doctors or anybody in history. They just come about. Johnny's come lately. I don't understand how they legitimize what they do. They find all these things they say is wrong with the Catholic Church, but the Catholic Church, you got to remember, put together the New and the Old Testament for us. So they shouldn't even believe their own Bibles then, because the Catholic Church put it together for them. And they did it by tradition. And they knew what was legit. They knew what was practiced and what was traditionally done. And that's what helped them put the New Testament together. Like I said, I'm not a scholar, by no means, or a priest. I don't know all that much, but I do know some things that I like to share with this time of my life that may help people out there. And parents or whoever, or maybe young ones that are out there, quit getting sucked up into this new stuff. I'm seeing it around me. Quit getting sucked up into it. Quit getting sucked up into your phone all the time. Quit getting sucked up into hanging around bad friends and bad people who do bad things that you know are bad. And quit repeating those bad things. And another thing I don't understand, I don't understand a lot of stuff, but this younger generation, you know, back when I was growing up, we did not, I want to speak quietly here, we did not sleep with our maybe potential spouses or girlfriends or boyfriends. We didn't, I should say, not sleep with them, we didn't live with them. We did not move in with them, shack up with them. That was something that was really kind of not done when I was growing up. There were probably, if I think about it, maybe a couple people that did that, but it wasn't prevalent like they do nowadays. Please, younger Catholics, please study your faith. You know it's wrong. You cannot be sleeping with someone if you're not married in the church by a priest, especially if you're a Catholic. If you get married outside of the church and you're Catholic, you're really not have the sacrament of holy matrimony. It's like living in sin all over. You have to be witnessed by a priest and married in the church or somewhere, witnessed by the priest to receive this valid sacrament. It's a very important sacrament. Plus, before you get prepared for it, you can't be sleeping with them and then all of a sudden jump into the church 6 months later and be sleeping with them all the way up to when you get married. That is not going to do. God is not going to bless you. I want to tell you for that. That is just like spitting in his face, sinning all the way up until you receive that sacrament. And you're not going to receive it worthily at all. That's no way to prepare. There's no way to prepare for the sacraments. We have to prepare for all the sacraments, especially adult baptism. If you're an adult, we have to prepare for confirmation, just like we have to prepare for the sacrament of penance. You have to prepare, even on your dying bed, you have to prepare your soul for the last rites and stream unction and all that. Also, this may be a short one today. I kind of got so many things going through my mind on things I wanted to say. Maybe I should be the one that's a hypocrite. I really prepared maybe too much. I mean, I had something else that I really wanted to talk about. I really kind of forgot because of the sermon today that I heard. But just everybody keep that in mind. We need to. Christ is offended all over. Don't eat meat on Fridays unless you have a proper reason that you have to. I know it's not a push church law anymore, but it's an ancient law. And even though the Vatican II Church does not push abstaining on Friday from flesh meat, you should do it anyway for all the people that are not practicing it around the world. I think it's very beneficial. I think it sends a great message of really how great our faith really is. It's really a great faith. I mean, think about it. We're the only ones that can go somewhere and say that we actually are going to have Jesus Christ, the creator of the universe. When you look around in the world, we're going to receive him, as he said at the Last Supper, his body, blood, soul, and divinity into ourselves, and actually trying to become part of Jesus that way. And it's really an awesome idea once you think about it. But anyway, I want to sit here and maybe hopefully something else will come into my mind right here. Other than I just see chaos all around me, and I'm no better than the next person. I just like to remind myself and remind others of things that we can do. We live in a very, very scary time, and we do not know what's going to happen. I do believe that God, a little bit of a comment here to Greek Flower, who told me to think about Greek Orthodox. I would love to. I don't know if the Greek Orthodox faith at this point is in actual communion with, I would say, ancient Rome. I don't know if they were in schism or not, but if they do not believe that the Pope is the head of the church on earth, I know we've had bad ones here of late, then I can't acknowledge the Greek Orthodox. I know some of the Orthodox do not recognize the Pope. They broke away from the true church around 900, 1000. They don't believe in some of the dogmas and the truths taught by the Holy Roman Catholic Church. And they have not believed in a few of the councils. We believe in the Roman Catholic Church, and also we follow the Apostles' Creed. There's a reason for this. The Apostles' Creed tells us in a prayer what all we are to believe as Roman Catholics. And that's it, and goodbye for now.